Good morning class. Today we will discuss about the difference between electrolytic cell and galvanic cell. As earlier also we have understood what is electrolytic cell and what is galvanic cell, but sometimes the direct question are asked that differentiate between the two, or it may be asked that draw the diagram of galvanic cell. So for this let us start. Students, firstly we have to know what is cell. So the device in which two half cells, or we can assume it as electrode, we have earlier studied also, that is anode and cathode, are combined through an electrical conductor. Okay, the electrodes are combined through an electrical conductor is called a cell. And as we have all know that cells are of following two type, that may be electrolytic cells or that may be electrochemical cell. In electrochemical cell we have assumed that may be galvanic cell, that may be galvanic cell, or that may be voltaic cell. Okay, these are some example of electrochemical cells. So now students, here is the diagram given for electrolytic cell and electrochemical, that is the galvanic cell. So before seeing this diagram we must know the differences, or along with the differences we will discuss about this diagram. So let us start with the differences. Here you can see in electrolytic cell and here is the galvanic cell. So talking about the very first difference, that is in electrolytic cell electrical energy is converted into chemical energy. Here what is happening, the electrical energy is converting into chemical energy, whereas in galvanic cell the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. How we can assume it? Look at here. Here I are saying in the electrolytic cell, okay, there is the supply of electricity. Okay, that means here the electrolytic cell or electrical energy is converting into chemical energy. But here what you see, through the chemical energy the energy is the electricity is produced. Okay, here in the case of galvanic cell, through the electrical energy the electricity, through the chemical energy the electricity is produced, that is chemical energy is converting into electrical energy. Okay, now students, let's talk about the very second difference, that is in electrolytic cell anode is positive electrode while cathode is negative electrode. Okay, and in galvanic cell anode is negative pole and cathode is positive pole. You can look here in the diagram. Here you can see in case of electrolytic cell the anode is positive pole, okay, and cathode is negative pole, whereas in case of galvanic cell you can look here, anode is negative pole and cathode is positive pole. Unless the poles are different, the charges are different, but anode will be assumed for oxidation, that is loss of electron. Okay, and cathode will be assumed as reduction. And what is reduction? That is gain of electron. Okay, so now let's talk about the very third difference. Here you can see both the electrodes are placed in same chamber. In case of electrolytic cell both the electrode are placed in same chamber, but in case of galvanic cell both the electrode are placed in different chambers. You can see by looking here, you can see here in the case of electrolytic cell, here is the same chamber and both the electrodes are placed in the same chamber. Okay, here is the electrolytic conductor or solution. Okay, now students look here, wait, here in case of electrochemical cell, that is the galvanic cell, here you are seeing a chamber, or divide it as like this. Okay, there are two chambers, the electrodes are kept in separate chambers. Okay, so this is about the very third difference. Now let's talk about the very fourth difference. So in case of electrolytic cell no salt bridge is needed. Okay, there is no need of salt bridge, but in case of galvanic cell, salt bridge is used to separate the two half cell. Okay, you can see here in the diagram, here there is, in electrolytic cell there is no salt bridge. You can look here, there is no salt bridge in this diagram, but when you will see the galvanic cell, here you will see that there is a salt bridge. You can look here, this red colored bridge, this is a salt bridge which separate the two electrodes. Okay, the two solution. Okay, so this is about the fourth difference. Now let's talk about the very last difference, that is fifth one. So reaction in electrolytic cell is non-spontaneous. Here the reaction is electrolytic cell is non-spontaneous, whereas in case of galvanic cell the reaction is spontaneous. How we can assume this? Here, suppose here you are seeing electrolytic cell, so simply take an example of electrolysis. So when you see that decomposition of water, what happens when we pass electric current? Then it dissociates into H2 and O2. Okay, H2 and O2. Here, what is the meaning of non-spontaneous? You know that water can be in any form at any temperature. Okay, we cannot break its component, so it is a spontaneous nature of water. But what happen when we apply electric current to it? Okay, in some solution, having some acid to it also. So what happens? Its component dissociates. Okay, that is, we are making a spontaneous process, okay, into a non-spontaneous one. That is not easier. Okay, that doesn't take place spontaneously. So the decomposition of water is non-spontaneous process. That is the basic difference between the two. Here the electrolytic cell is non-spontaneous process is performed. Which type of process? Non-spontaneous. Okay, which doesn't take place spontaneously. Okay, and similarly in case of the electrochemical cell or galvanic cell, there is a spontaneous process. That is, there are some reaction through which the electricity is generated. You can see here with the example, because of these electron flow, you can see here anode being negative, it releases electron. Okay, so this electron moves towards the cathode. So because of this two electrolytic conductors and the salt bridge, these are separated out, and being the separation, being the distance, they generate an electricity. How this is generated? Just if you will connect a bulb or any source in between the wire, just connect the two electrodes with a wire, then you will get that the bulb will shine. Okay, so this means that a spontaneous process, okay, that is, a chemical energy is generating an electrical energy. So this is all about today's lecture. Let us recall what we have discussed. So we have simply discussed the difference between electrolytic and galvanic cell. For this, we just have recalled about what is cell. That is the device in which two half cells, that is electrode, anode and cathode, are combined through an electrical conductor. Okay, and these may be of two type, that may be electrolytic cell. Here you can write a galvanic or voltaic cell. And then we have seen the diagram of the two. Just a student, I will request you to look over the diagram and try to draw the diagram with your own. Okay, then you will understood all the phenomena clearly. Basically, where you have to pay attention, here in electrolytic cell, anode is positive and cathode is negative, and sign will be reversed in case of galvanic cell. Okay, here you are seeing that electric current is passed, and here you can see that any electrical conductor is kept, that may be any bulb or what, which will glow and show that the chemical energy is converting into electrical energy. Then you are seeing that here the two electrodes are not kept in separate medium, they are kept in same medium. But here in case of galvanic cell, you will see that they are kept in two compartments. Okay, and here the last difference, that is, there is a salt bridge in case of galvanic cell, and there is no need of salt bridge in electrolytic cell. And at last the convergence, we will discuss about this topic later also in our next video that how the galvanic cell is drawn and their mechanism. And student, in exam the applications are asked, that is it will be given the equation and you have to just draw the galvanic cell, okay, galvanic cell expression or electrolytic cell expression. So for that you have to just understood them clearly. Firstly, just recall all these terms what we have discussed today, and then in our next turn I will show you about the clear phenomena occurring in the electrolytic cell, that is electrolysis, and the galvanic cell, that is the how it is represented. Okay, so this is all about today's lecture. Thank you, class.